it's native to West Africa, and it's grown in, only can grow in South Florida because that's the only place that's warm enough to grow it. And so how it works, it contains a protein called Miraculin. And the way the protein works is it binds to the sweet receptors in your taste buds. So one end of the protein binds to the sweet receptor and the other end's open. But it doesn't trigger your sweet receptors, so when you eat the Miraculin, it doesn't taste sweet. But the open end of it binds to acids. So when you eat anything sour, like Granny Smith apples or vinegar or lemons, the acid will bind to the open end of the Miraculin, and that will trigger your sweet receptor, so your brain senses sweet even though you're eating something sour. So it works with acids. So I'm not sure how it's going to work with bitter foods unless they're acidic and bitter, but it's acids that make it work. So my grower, I found a different grower than the main one, because the main grower had a 2-month back order.
Oh my God.
Article, and
good job.
we wanted to do this now, not in 2 months. So I found this other grower. He's smaller, but most of his crop was destroyed by maggots. So we got what he could salvage for us, and there was 1.5 fruits per person, and from everything I've read about it, from what my grower told me, that sounds really shady, my grower.
My Miraculin grower.
My dealer.
Your contact.
My contact in Florida. You can cut all you need is a really tiny piece of it. You just need to make sure to get it all over your tongue. So what I propose is that for the first round, I'm going to cut the fruit in half, and everyone will get a half, so that everyone can get 3 rounds of the fruit instead of just 2 rounds, instead of doing a whole fruit and then a half, so you can maximize the time that you're under the influence.
Oh my God. It's true, we're tripping.
What?
There's going to be a knock at the door here any day.
Oh, and one more thing. So for the first round, I suggest that you not eat any of the cheeses or anything that's fatty, because the protein is fat soluble, so when you eat fats, it'll come off of your tongue and it'll kill the sensation. So what I suggest you do is just eat the other things and see how long it lasts. And some people it lasts 20 minutes, some people it lasts an hour. So if you're noticing that it's starting to fade after half an hour, the second time around, maybe after like 20 minutes, you can eat some cheese, just to maximize the time that you have.